It's no secret that it's a big campaign year both in Montana and the nation. MTN News will be bringing you complete in-depth campaign coverage as the races unfold all the way up to Election Day. Today, we kick off our coverage with an overview of perhaps the most watched race in the state right now, the three-man Republican primary for governor. MTN chief political reporter Mike Dennison has this story.
Republicans have made significant gains in Montana the past decade, but when it comes to the governor's chair, they've been on the outside looking in for almost 16 years. Now, three men each say they're the person to end that dry spell. Congressman Greg Gianforte, Attorney General Tim Fox, and State Senator Al Olszewski. Gianforte, a wealthy high-tech businessman from Bozeman, has been raising scads of money to fuel his campaign and says his business background is his strong suit.
What I hear is people want business experience in Helena, largely so that we can have a stronger economy, so that there are better, higher wage job opportunities for Montanans.
Gianforte says he'll unveil a business plan this spring to boost all sectors of Montana's economy. Fox, however, has taken aim at Gianforte, calling him a divisive figure who's more likely to lose the general election.
Let's not squander another opportunity to get a Republican in the governor's office by having a polarizing figure who has demonstrated an inability to win the governor's office, even despite spending $6 million of his own money.
He's referring to the 2016 election when Gianforte was the only Republican candidate to lose a statewide race, falling to Democratic Governor Steve Bullock. Fox says he's been able to work with people of all political stripes to achieve significant goals as Attorney General, such as strengthening DUI laws or increasing funding for drug treatment courts. Fox and his supporters also allege Gianforte is pushing unrealistic and harmful cuts to state funding for education and other vital programs.
There is fat in government, that's for sure, but across the board, 30% slashing of the state budget, I think Montanans know that that's unreasonable and would be detrimental to the state.
Gianforte says Fox's claim is false, although Gianforte is proposing to freeze state funding and use any surplus to cut property and income taxes.
We need to hold the line on the massive growth we've seen over the last decade and use the surplus to let Montanans keep more of their hard-earned money.
Olszewski is supported by many conservative state legislators, but has struggled to raise money, in part, he says, because Gianforte's camp suggested he might drop out. Olszewski dispelled that talk by officially filing 10 days ago and says he's more than a spoiler in the three-way race.
I was in this race before Congressman Gianforte jumped into it. I would say we should flip that around, that he is the spoiler and he is rightfully taking away my chance to win this primary.
Olszewski is pitching plans to boost natural resource development and use that tax revenue to reduce property taxes. He also notes he's the only military veteran in the race, a big voting bloc in the GOP primary.
It comes down to votes to win this race. Whoever has 55,000 votes wins this three-way primary, and I'm fighting for every one of those votes.
Conventional wisdom says Gianforte is the favorite, but we have 4 months until Election Day. A lot can happen between now and then, and we'll have a lot more to report on this crucial race. At the Capitol, Mike Dennison, MTN News.
Tomorrow, Mike takes a closer look at the money behind the Republican gubernatorial candidates.